Alright, how's it going, everybody? What's up? It's been a while since I streamed, right? Well, alright, so today I'm basically gonna be taking the art that I started doing it from the last stream, which was like almost like what, 2 weeks ago or something. And it took me a long time to get it ready because for some reason this room just beat me completely. Like I don't know why, I just couldn't like get it done to a point where like I was happy with it. Like I think I iterated like 3 different times and just trying to like get the floor right. It was just kind of frustrating, so like I really had to take my time. Like, you know, I couldn't really be streaming to do it. I feel like I just kind of had to like, you know, kind of lock in to get it done, but I think I got it to a pretty good spot. So today we are not going to be drawing, we're going to be working in Godot right here. And well, I guess I'm gonna first show you what the game looks like right now, but before I do that, how's it going, everybody? Is the stream looking good? Can everybody hear me right? I feel like it's been a while, so happy to see some repeating faces coming over here. Kimi Plushy, Day. How's it going, everybody? Let's see, connection says it's good. All right. But yeah, so other than working on art, I also went ahead and did some polishing. I didn't get to show this to you guys, but before, I mean, you're looking at the screen, I'm looking at the, you know, the first 3 rooms. You know, before the camera transition, sometimes will get stuck in a point where music a little loud. Okay, I can turn it down. I can turn it down. Don't want to get too loud for me either. Is that better? Oh. How about this? Is this good? Lennon Quilty, hi, how's it going? So on my end, it feels like the music is a little quiet, but I mean, you guys decide. Cole Duffy, hello. Alright, for those who just joined in, today we're gonna be working in Godot. I'm going to be importing the rooms that I managed to get done over this time, you know, without streams. So I'm gonna be taking these assets, putting it in the game, and just seeing how it looks like. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. Good to know. I don't know, it's weird. So every time I check the playback, every time like I check the archive of the stream, it always feels like my voice is like an okay volume, but the music is always super quiet. Like, I don't know how it sounds like for you guys, but all right, give me 1 second. Oops, no, you probably don't want to see that. Alright, while I send this message, you guys feel free in chat to let me know how's your day going. How's it going with you guys? So how's it going? How's it going for everybody? Okay. All right, so first thing is, so let me show you what I've been up to in the game. Let me make sure that this is gonna look good. Okay, maybe increase the screen a little bit. This is gonna be okay. This works. This works. Lena, what's a pick and mix? All right. So, I mean, this looks exactly exactly as you remember. Nothing really changed, right? But I did fix this glitch where basically whenever I was like stress testing the game, sometimes the screen transition would get caught up where it's like Link would move to the next room but the camera would stay there. So I fixed it by basically changing the collision so like it covers the entire room instead of just like, you know, the door. And I think it works really, really well. This looks the same. Kill skeletons. Pretty lazy time. Well, lazy time is good. So I think I showed this last time, right? So now we have doors that, you know, change scenes. Oh, that sounds good, Leonard. Hell yeah. I just had some ice cream before coming to stream. So this looks the same as before. Still pretty happy about this room. And now we enter this. This is the area we're going to be working on today. So immediately you can see how much more unfinished this is, right? So this is basically how I prototype levels to, you know, get an idea of like, you know, what I want the level to look like using a tile map player. So I can show you the sketch before, but like, you know, what I'm planning, I'll show it to you later. But for now, let me just show you in game. So this hallway here, and this is supposed to be stairs. And then this big room where you fight a bunch of Stalfos. What flavor ice cream? It was pistachio. Pistachio ice cream, love that. Find some keys, and then lock the door. Open the door, and then this room is where you push the block, and then this door opens so you can go to see the old man. Is just a little inconvenient, but one of those things I have to kind of figure out how to fix, but not the end of the world. So Idbo, that's a good question. I'm actually considering making a short all about the graphic sizes, because that is a little bit of a tricky answer to give you. But so links. Let me pull that up. Let's see. I'll try to, like, you know, write a script to make a short about it so I can make it a bit clearer, but I'll do my best to explain to you now. Give me 1 second. Assets, link. So the graphics that actually go in game, they look like this, right? They are transparent PNGs, and this is like, you know, every frame of Link's idle animation. Let me see, where's properties? Yeah, here we go, properties. So Link's sprite is 400 by 400. And the way that I draw it is I start with a 800 by 800 canvas, so like double the size. I drew him and then I shrink it down so I don't have to be, you know, importing this like, you know, huge image files to the game. So for resolution, the main thing you have to keep in mind is what is the resolution that your game is going to be running in. So this game runs at 1920 by 1080. The first thing I did, remember, hang on. Yeah, from the first video, remember when Link was just this? So this point right here was to try to understand how big I wanted the, you know, kind of like, you know, just ballpark, like an estimate of how big I wanted Link to be in relation to the screen. And then from there, using just screenshots, you know, I took screenshots and I kind of drew on top of it. Okay, so like this, I like this size sprite. This looks a little too small, a little too big. And then, you know, because it's already in the resolution that I wanted to, 1920 by 1080, I just had to take the drawing that I made in the screen and then go from there. But again, the key is to just determine what resolution your game is going to be running into. For example, if I wanted to make this, you know, in 4K, then the sizes will be all different to reflect that. I hope that this answers your question. Again, I'm going to try to write a short talking about this because it is a question I get very often and I didn't get to talk about it too much and I did have to kind of think a lot about it. Most tutorials on making games, like 2D games, tend to be, you know, using sprite art. And these use like very, very, very tiny resolutions, so it's a little weird to have to think about that, but I'll work on it. So you just saw me play through. This area right here. I call it the Eagle Score because... Oh, actually, let me pull out the sketch. Let me see. I forgot where I put it. Give me 1 second. Ah, here it is. So this was my original idea. I call it Eagle Score because, you know, this is 6 rooms representing these 6 rooms from the first one. But again, trying to kind of throw my twist, you know, throw a little bit of a twist in it. So what I have done today is I finished this room, which you saw me starting on stream, and I also finished this hallway right here. Yeah, exactly. 4K, I mean, I don't know, Idbo, are you using, like what kind of art style are you using? Are you using sprites or are you using like, you know, hand-drawn? So what are you doing for the game? Because yeah, if you're doing something that's more high resolution, you have to think about basically if the game is gonna run well, right? So I thought that 1920 by 1080 is a really good, it's a resolution that, like, you know, is decent, not 4K, but I mean, it still looks good. So I finished this one and I finished this one, and we're gonna be putting these in Godot. I'm really excited to work on this room right here because if you know your Zelda, you know that I based it on the jail from Hyrule Castle in A Link to the Past, you know, just trying to be creative with the layouts. And one thing for sure is that for this route right here, the one where you get the bow and the boss route, I'm gonna try to be a bit more creative with how I approach them because they're a little abstract, you know, they work really well with a 8-bit tile-based game, but I'm not quite sure how to translate those one-to-one in high fidelity graphics, so it's gonna be fun to play with that. But this is done, and now let's work on this. All right, anybody has any questions, any observations you want to put in chat? I'm gonna take some water. I'm gonna let chat talk a little bit. Okay, let's see. Well, I suppose, so this is what I have. This is what I'm going to import to Godot. So this is what it ended up looking like. And I do split it to kind of, like, you know, piece them together in engine, just so I have some more flexibility, like, you know, like last minute changes. Maybe I want to change the position of the root or whatever, or, you know, the pillars. I had several different ideas for the floor, but I just felt like none of them were working out well. So I just went with a very basic tiled floor again. And this is gonna be interesting. So I decided to just go out there, balls to the wall, and just, like, you know, try to play around with lighting a little bit. I'll try to put it in Godot. I kind of have an idea on how to put it there, but I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work, and you'll see why. But that's for later. So this is what I got done. And I'm flipping through those pretty quickly, but, you know, you'll see them closer once I put them in Godot. So let's get started. One Hell, how's it going? It's been a while since I streamed, right? Feels good to do it again. Oops. All right, so okay. Before I start laying down the graphics, I'm gonna just put some of the screen effects that I have in the other scenes. May I ask how you frame the levels? The black areas that frames the lighter areas? I'm not quite sure what you mean by your question, Idbo. Do you mean, like, how do I decide the shapes of the levels? Thanks, Lennon. Yeah, you're gonna see how it all looks together. I think it looks really, really cool. But, I mean, I'll explain it when I get there, but I'm not quite sure if I can pull it off, but we'll try. What do we have here? Okay. I think everything looking good. Alright, so first things first. So I already have the parallax 2D, right? Yeah, I do. Real quick, I'm dumb and I didn't see if the parallax is working. Yeah, I think it is. The parallax, whoops, the parallax is this, you know, dark background that I have. But I think it's working just fine. Oh, the empty space. Well, I think I just try to... Here, I'm gonna go back to the sketch. Let's see. I think I just try to, you know, think about the shape of the rooms themselves. And then I understand that, like, you know, the things that are not the rooms are gonna be, like, you know, this dark area. So as of right now, the rooms are pretty, like, you know, square. But later on, I might, you know, start playing, like, you know, this right here. I'm starting to think about just try to introduce more organic shapes to the rooms, but that is for later. Yeah, so it's a parallax. So this is a parallax 2D node. And that's what I use for the background. Basically, it works so that the big background image is moving much slower in relation to the camera movement, which, you know, makes it so that the background is moving more slowly, but not completely static, so it just looks a lot more interesting. Okay. It's a really shaped eagle. Well, you can tell that to the level designer from Zelda 1. Okay, so parallax is looking good. Let's see, canvas modulate. Well, first, let's do the world environment. Copy that. So world environment is, let's see. World environment is basically a kind of like an overlay filter that, you know, affects the way. Give me 1 minute, guys. Hold on. Alright, finally they quieted down. Just so much noise outside. Okay. So the world environment is basically like filters to that, you know, apply to every pixel on the screen of the game. So I have a little bit of a glow, some bloom to the sprites. It's like a post-processing effect. You can see it changed a little bit, right? Just blurs the screen a little bit. Have I coded before this project? Well, a little bit. So if you look in my uploads for my channel, I worked a little bit in a prototype for an NES game, and that's kind of where I got my feet wet with programming. But I mean, the software that I was using was kind of similar to Godot. It was very, like, you know, GUI based, but I did try to delve in the code a little bit. But I don't really have any formal or like serious coding experience. I'm just kind of learning as I go. Basically, this project is, you know, I want to do something that's cool, that I like, that I'm interested in, but also this is like a big sandbox where I'm just trying to experiment and just see what I can get done in a game. So here's my world environment. Some would say that it would be a lot better if I started, like, you know, much smaller games, but I didn't want to do that. Shaders, this is just a blur shader, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay. Put it in. And finally, the canvas module. Yep, I am just doing level 1. The Eagle is the first dungeon from Zelda 1, so that's all I'm doing. Put it here. Alright, so already it looks a lot more moody, doesn't it? And depending on how quickly I can get this done, I might start playing with the camera. If not, I can always just do it. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the screen is like poorly cropped. That's better, right? And thank you, Itbo. Lighting is interesting. I'm trying to, like, you know, make it look as best as I can, while also not making it too hard on myself to, like, you know, make sure everything looks good. The beauty of this art style, I feel like, is that, you know, it's all about kind of like, you know, thin lines and good shapes. Not so much about like realistic lighting. Are you planning on doing the whole game or just dungeon 1? Just dungeon 1. The whole game would be a lot of work. A lot of work, and also this is a Nintendo fan game, so, you know, I don't think I really want to risk too much. However, there is a silver lining. With the knowledge and the experience that I built, you know, with this game, I do want to make my own Zelda-like with my own original ideas. And, you know, this framework right here is going to make things just a lot quicker, because I understand the process of making it a lot better. Yeah, also the overworld. That would be very interesting, though. I wonder. I might, maybe. I don't think I will. I will not be doing like the full game, but I do think about maybe making like a few screens or some concept art to see how the overworld will look like in this style. A while ago, someone threw the idea of making an art book with all this stuff, and I think that's a really cool idea. So I might just do that too, as like a capstone to the playable component of the game. Is like, here's the playable part, like a playable demo, like a vertical slice, and this is what the whole thing would look like if it was actually a thing, right? Alright, so we have my fancy shaders. Is looking good. So first thing, let me make a node. Node 2D, did I do node 2D? Okay, graphics, yeah, it's a node 2D. We can keep like that. So the way that I'm organizing things is, so this is a 6-room layout. Because you enter through the bottom, this is row 1. I have row 1 and row 2, so this is 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C, so that's what I'm going to be naming the nodes. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's just so much work, man. Okay, let's do 1B. I can put the enemies here. On B, and then I can put a new node and call it 1B graphics. 1B. So maybe I'll just turn down the opacity for this. Okay. You know what? Let me... Yeah, it's looking a little too much. With the overlay on top, that is. Yeah, right, cool. I mean, I said in the first video that it's just the first dungeon, but I probably should make that clearer. Oh, it's pretty big, isn't it? Did I not resize the image when I did that? Well. You know, it's funny, some parts are... Like, for example, I struggled so hard to figure out how to, like, get the... To understand, basically, how I was going to be putting in the art in the game, and it turns out it's actually just as simple as just dragging and dropping in the editor. And, there it is, right? It's here. Obviously, I have to play with the sizing. Like, this is not the final size, but that's how it begins. Alpha, hello. That's strange. Did I just not... Lena coming in with the dad jokes. Hold on. Oh, it is quite big. Did I just forget to resize it? Pretty sure I did though. Well, that's okay. Oops. Alright, let me get rid of this for now. Yes. So this is looking quite big because I forgot to resize the asset. But that's okay, because Godot, much like video editors, you ever worked on that, it doesn't import the asset itself. It basically just reads it off your computer. So if I go to the image and so I'm on Creator right now, you'll see it, but I'm there. Actually, here. Ooh. Here, so this is what the image looks like. If I just do image, scale to new size, and it was around 70% that I decided. That's the new size. Save. It should update it. Or not. Yeah, see, look at how big this door is compared to this door. I can just close it. That's weird. Do I have to re-import the asset? Godot's here making me look bad. I know I did this before though. Much better, much better. Okay. Yeah, see, there it is. I just forgot to resize it, which sucks because now it means I'm gonna have to do that for every asset. Oops. Yeah, but this is much better. So let's do the eyeball test. So this is how big Link is in relation to the tiles. I still think the room is looking a little big though. Yeah, the room is looking a little big for sure. But in that case, I can just shrink it a little bit. Not a big deal. Right, his cast shadow roughly touches the edges of the tile. And his head is around mid-tile. Okay. 0.9. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Actually, maybe like 91. Shale, what's up? By the way, Alpha, what are you coding on? Like, or rather, what are you working on? Like, what are you coding specifically? Okay. So let's make the tiles invisible. Where are they? And not bad, right? So I intentionally made this room be bigger because in the original game, this is... Well, after you get off of that, I call it the hallway, you get to this room where you find like 5 different Stalfos. So I wanted this room to feel a little bit grander in scale. Like this is like a big room that's full of enemies, so you just have more space to fight against them. Shale, thank you. This room in particular took me so long to nail the look, but I think I got it. Like, it took so many iterations. Probably have to adjust the spawn point of the door, but that's pretty easy, so it doesn't really matter. Oh god. Oh god. Ah, no! That was close. I haven't added the HUD yet, so I have no idea how much health I have. Okay, but that feels pretty good. And with the modulate, let's see. Yeah, it feels pretty moody. I like it. The canvas modulate is essentially the way I have it set up is almost like adding a multiply overlay on top of the whole screen to give that kind of, you know, darker in shadows look to the overall game. And then with the light nodes, it makes the lights just like, you know, a lot brighter, makes it pop off a lot more. Have you had problems with player movement sometimes lagging after adding collisions to walls? After adding collisions? Can't really say I have, no. So like what, you would add, is that something happening in your game? So like you add collisions and suddenly it starts to lag? Turn off this grid. That's better. Maybe I should keep it on though. Sometimes, that's interesting. That's interesting, I'm not quite sure. So it lags overall, it doesn't, like, does it only lag if you, like, you know, move your player towards the collision? It's just like overall. Might be hardware, yeah. But I'm not sure, maybe it might have something to do with the movement code, but I'm not sure. Oh, and you're close to it. Well, I'm not sure how you have your movement code set up, but maybe look at it and see if it's not doing any like redundant calculations to it. To be honest, I'm not the best resource for programming help, but I mean, if it's not hardware, it could be that. Path. Let's see. There you go. So I did get the right sizes. That's good. Actually, the main room can be a little smaller. Ah, here it is. Actually wouldn't be on this node. There you go. Okay, there it is. It's a little bigger, just a little. Maybe 908. Or just 9. That's it. I think that's it. But the Y sorting is a little messy. There you go. I might have to export the carpet as its own thing though, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. Where you learn coding? So YouTube Godot tutorials, Godot documentation, articles about it. That's basically it. I am, as some kids might say, raw dogging it. Like, I never really took any serious programming course. Everything I know, I kind of just learned myself. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to add the carpet to the as a separate layer. For now, it's fine, but oops. Lena, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're enjoying to see the progress of the game. Even though it's slow, you know, I'm trying to put in as much work as I can. Baths are looking good. And the room is starting to feel like the room, right? So this is 1B. Oh, 1A, 1B. Oh, okay. Mess the order up. Oh, yeah, this is B. Bottom is B, top is B. That's right. Is A, that's right. Probably have to go back and change these names, but not a big deal for now. Cole, who's your friend? Who is live right now? Let's see. Not this one. There it is. Let's have the grid. This is where the grid, having the grid is a good thing. Although, I can still just kind of eyeball it, it's not a big deal. Death Talks 3. Everybody, if you want to take a break from my stream, you should go watch Death Talks 3 stream and tell them that Vasgay sent you. Am I going to release a playable demo to the public? I'm still thinking about that. I have two paths, right, that I could take. Either I could release a playable demo, but ultimately it is a Nintendo fan game, and there is always the risk that, you know, they might take it down. Or my other idea is basically this stays as a series of videos once I'm finished with it. However, take what I built here and release a demo using my own characters and, like, you know, an original story. So in a way, you still be playing this, you know, same code, same everything, just a little tweaked. Alright, cool. Well, good. Happy you could come here, and good luck to you and your and Death Talks 3. Hope their streams are pretty good. So A3 base. Yeah, it's too big. Okay, let's resize it. I'll just resize as I go. Doesn't really matter. A3 base. Manaforge, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's on the agenda for today? So today, let me just finish doing this. Actually, I already had to change so much. Should I keep it consistent and just resize all to 70? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. That's better. So today, I finished the assets for 2 different rooms, and I'm basically just taking these drawings and putting them in the game. Habakuki, boa noite. Boa noite, obrigado por vir. A3. Where's A3 base? A3 base, here you go. Let's re-import it. Ah. Oh, now it's so much smaller. Oh, did I get the A3 right? I think I did get it right. No, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, do it again. Itbo, yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I'm thinking too. Maybe in the background, I'm going to I have some ideas that I'm just sketching out. Like not a lot of commitment right now, but I am, you know, thinking about how to basically, if I were to make a Zelda-like with that character, how I would want to make it. So who knows? You might see that sooner than later. Hopefully. Well, now I'm screwed because I resized the whole thing. Oops. Chat, am I gonna have to recut and re-export the asset? I think I will. Not a big deal, by the way. It's all good. And you get to see kind of what I'm... my vision, like, you know, once everything is put together. The idea is basically to take this, as you see in the drawing program, and just make it in the game. Just put it all in the game. So it's just the base, right? Yeah. A3. Don't need the path. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. And the bombable too. Yeah, that was it. Am I able to tell you the plot of the original game? Not really, because I haven't gotten there yet. Cool Jiva, yes, you are here for a stream. Hello. Long time no see. PG. Base 3, base, there you go. Yep. Is lighting a part of the background? This is something that you work with in the game engine. Well, I'll explain it more once I get there, but the way that light works in Godot is it's its own node with its own properties. The way I have it done, where like, you know, I painted it, it basically takes that image and kind of like you know, like here you have in Creator, right? Since I have it open, I can just show it to you. Where's A3? Yeah, here you go. So I mean, like the way it works right now, this is a lighten layer. Oh, this is actually normal. The way it works in Godot is with a point light 2D is just that. Pretty much it overlays a light layer in like a lighten mode, and then, you know, if I walk, and it puts it like, you know, in a pretty high white sort, so if I make Link walk on top of it, then, you know, it lightens Link up. No need. Okay. Oh, but it's so big now. Did I make a mistake when I resized it? Let's play around with it. Alpha, you're working on a Plants vs Zombies and BTD. I'm not quite sure what BTD is. Let's try 01. Ah. Maybe I just typed in the wrong number. I'm pretty sure it should have been 70%. Okay, 70. Save as and 02. Ah, much better. Much better. Okay, cool. What area am I making? So I am working on... Pull out the drawing again. So if this is level 1, right? Is the level 1 map. So you've seen the bottom 3 rooms, and then you've seen the hallway. I'm working on this area right here. I called it the core. So today I'm importing the images for this big middle room here and the side room here where you get the compass. Is the whole dungeon just one big scene together, or does each room get its own scene that you load into? Okay, so this is how I have it set up right now. So currently I have 3 scenes. One scene is the entrance. Yeah, let me play the game. So this is one scene, the scene you start into. And this room, and this room are all in the same scene. Once I walk up the door, this is a new scene. This is where the hallway is. And then once I walk into this door, this is a new scene. So right now I have 3 scenes, and this the core is gonna be quite big. But we'll see how that works. I can break it down into smaller scenes if I want, or I can even just import these different assets into the scene and just make it all one big scene. I think it just really depends on kind of what you want to do with each scene, and I guess also performance. But I'm doing this just because it felt sensible for me, really. How am I going to make the world outside dungeons? I'm not. So I'm only doing level 1. The walls don't line up, yeah, but I'm gonna make them. How do I make the scene switch like that? Well, I can make a short about it. It's not that complicated, but it's basically an area 2D that is programmed so once my player character touches the area 2D, it transitions to a different scene. There you go. You go here and you go here. There you go. Okay, so I think I can now just... It's a 0.9. Yeah, much better. Oh, still a little mismatch. Still a little mismatched. 89. This is a bit of a tricky part, and I might have to revise this later. But figuring out the proper sizes to export these assets is a little tricky. Still not there. Basically just operating by trial and error right now. Ah, okay, okay, we got it. We got it. Turn off the prototype tiles, and let's see how this looks. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, it looks good. Collisions are a little wonky because, you know, it's still like reading the collisions from the tile map layer underneath it, but the graphics are looking quite good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the sizes. The scale relative to Link is also quite good. Yeah, this is good too. Too bad I'm spoiling you guys, so if you understand the layout from the original dungeon, you know that... Pull out the sketch again. I might just keep the sketch open because I keep pulling it all the time. But in the original game, you can bomb the wall in this room and this room to go up to the wall above, to the room above. And you can see exactly where the bombable wall is going to be. Here and also here. Just pretend you didn't see that, okay? Pigeon Gods, so there's a funny story about that. I did have I wrote like a little guide on how to, on like the sizing of the different assets, but when I moved, I ended up losing that piece of paper. So I'm still trying to figure out, like, you know, how to set it up, but I should probably just sit down and, like, you know, nail that down now. But I mean, this is one of the things where this might come back to bite me in the ass later, but it's one of the things where you can edit it in game and it doesn't really make that much of a difference. 60 FPS, yeah, it's 60 FPS. Let's turn off the collisions. Yeah, turn them off. And make it invisible. Hold on. There. Joy Gaming, yo, what's up? The enemy placement is not final, but just having them there just to see how they look like with the environment. Do those skeletons have a cone that you can sneak around if you wanted to? Yeah, they do. It's literally a cone. Because I disabled the collision for them. But yeah, let me see. Go first, water break. Oops. Ah. Oh, look at that, a glitch. Ah, okay, I get it. It froze the animation. Oh. Okay, the art style is looking pretty good. Like the art fits the environment. So basically put a bomb here, blow the wall up, and then you can walk up to the next room. But we don't have a next room yet. This is a good sized room too. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, so I'll be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom. You realize I should probably have a BRB screen instead of just putting the coming soon, but I'll work on that next stream. So for now, be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So we have the art, the main art, the base placed. So let's just put on the decorations. How long have I been streaming for? Well, probably gonna, okay, about an hour. Okay, probably gonna just finish putting all the art in and maybe start some collisions. Not too sure though. Sneakers, hello. Oh, okay, I get it. Right, I have to re-import. Man, I'm gonna have to probably re-import like every asset that has to do with this room. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, I'm gonna start with the other room then. And let's think about that later. Let me turn off the modulate. A6. Let me turn off the detection zone for the keys because it's starting to get a little annoying. That's better. So it looks like that. Again, I wonder which one you can palm. No, it shouldn't be a child. That's better. Okay. Clover, hello. This one is interesting. I don't have to make it exactly the same scale as the on Krita. You can just play with it. Something like this. Make it a little smaller. $85. Nah, 86. 86. That's good. Notice a mistake here. There's no line. That's weird. Thank you, Jiva. What else did I have for A3? I think that's it, really. And the lighting, but yeah. Oh, and don't mind the white sorting on the enemies, it's a little funky, but that's something I fix later. Alright. I think it looks pretty cool in the playable. Sweet. See, we can put the light now. So if it was yeah, point light 2D. That's right. Use the point light 2D. That's more like it. Yeah. So this is how the point light 2D node works in Godot. Basically, it's, you know, like an overlay. And I can make it more intense, less intense. Probably can make it a little brighter. Let's make it, yeah, 1.8. Color, we can make it a little more yellow. Looks interesting, huh? It's a little too intense now. Like, it's really, like, blown out on Link. And then I'm thinking of having the compass, either a chest or, like, you know, just laying on the floor over here. And having the light just, you know, highlight that. I might get rid of this one though. I think these two is fine. Yeah, I'm using version 4.3. I'm using the latest one. I think I actually just updated in real time, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does look a little better. Still a little too blown out though. Then again, the viewer is a little small, so it might be that. And the bats probably wouldn't be in the light, right? They'd probably be like, you know, kind of around the light. Zev is that, would you say Godot is beginner friendly? I'd say so. I'd say so. Okay, so making games is never going to be easy. You know, it doesn't really matter whether it's beginner friendly or not. Like, you know, you're going to have to, you know, put in some work. You're going to have to learn. But I do think that the way Godot is set up, it makes it so understanding it is, you know, if you put in the work, it's pretty logical. And it's not that hard to get started. Something like that. I'm probably gonna have to go back to the A2 images and resize them, but not a big deal. 70%. Yeah, that's more like it. George Hands, how's it going? .9, okay. Okay, yeah. I need a little. Wonder if I'm gonna have to. Nah, I shouldn't have to do that. Probably just have to make the graphic a little tighter. Because if I put it on top, the size isn't right. Well, for now, let's just not bother with this one. Gonna have to rework it. All right. So I think 70 is a good size. And foliage image. Probably gonna have to do the pillars too, yeah. These look a little small. Let me try to put them as is. I think it should be fine. Let's see. Ah, okay. Okay, these are right. Make these invisible for now. Graphics 1B, yeah. 0.9, so this should be 0.9. Okay. Zev is that lately I've been really considering just doing another playthrough of Tunic. I mean, I cannot, like, you know, erase my mind to experience the game like, you know, like it was the first time again, but it's been a while since I played it, so I think it should be fine, right? This is where they were. Oh, actually, okay, no, there. Will sprite stop on the column? What do you mean? So, like, I mean, the columns will have collisions on them, so, you know, if a stuff was, like, you know, bumps on it, then it's gonna bump on it, etc. Right now, I'm just putting in the graphics. I'm gonna get rid of the keys. I mean, they weren't really there in the original. I just put them in for some variety, but it should be fine. By the way, I just thought about this. So the way I'm thinking about this project, right? So the original dungeon is mostly like is a remake, right? So it's like, you know, that's my base, but I'm also not afraid to like change some things around and remix them. Like, obviously I'm not gonna, like, you know, have a whole new, not making everything like too radically different, but, you know, it's still a remake, so making everything just kind of be the same as the original kind of makes it moot, right? You know, that's the whole reason why I'm not really doing the, you know, same size room type, you know, layout for everything, because I'm just not interested in doing that. Yeah, pillars look pretty good. Honestly, I think everything is gonna look so much better once I have the camera set up where it's covering the entire room. It's kind of funny. The more I playtest things, you know, the more I realize just how much the camera makes a difference. Yeah, secret rooms is a good idea. Like, you know, adding some secret rooms here and there. Totally, yeah. It's very in line with, like, you know, what I want for this. Why are these all the way down? That's weird. Oh, okay, I get why. I understand. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Oh, Sonny, it's all good. I'm just glad you could come in. Oh, and Goose is here. Hi, Goose. That should do it. Okay, so let's do the foliage. Oh, that shouldn't be there. What time is in the US right now? Depends on where you are, I guess. I mean, I think right now it's 5 p.m. 5:45 p.m. EST. Funky Frog is all good, man. Glad you could come. Oh, Shail, good night. Thanks for coming to the stream. Yeah, that path should not be there. That's better. Okay. Let's put in the... Did I do it already? No, not quite. Okay. I test one. This. Yeah, we're putting all in here. There you go. Ah, that's funny. Now this was a lot smaller. Okay, this is a case where I think bigger is better, because then I just have more flexibility how I want to put it, how I want to have it in screen. Orlan MR. Well, frankly, you can do what I did and just look up YouTube tutorials. Funky, thank you. This room especially kind of beat me up. Like, it took so long for it to look at a point where like I was satisfied with it. Let's see, how did it look like? Okay. This was off here in the corner. All right. More like here. There you go. Root 1, root 2. Okay. This one I can shrink a bit. So I have to tell you guys something. Today, as I was working on this, right, I was thinking, you know, once I had the room ready, in my head, I was kind of envisioning, like, you know, you can kind of like, you know, so if it looks like this, right, you can like rotate it in different perspectives. But I was like, but that requires me doing 3D. I think it would look so cool, but not if I have to go for the dark side, you know? So I was like, okay, let's just, you know, do my best with 2D and just see how far I can take this. But definitely getting a little tempted on, like, you know, just experimenting with some 3D, but maybe for like the next project. Too big. Oh, too small. Okay, let's make it big then. Hi, Day. I think you mentioned in the post that you were gonna be driving, right? So did you arrive? Okay, this matches, but this is a little weird. I'll have to go and erase some. And this one too. Oh no. Georgia, I did think about that actually. Yeah, adding the statues. Okay, so to be frank, everything that I'm doing is subject to, you know, me brainstorming a different idea or changing it, and that's definitely in the books, just like, you know, mess around with things. But that's a really good idea. I did think about that too, but I was like, well, I've already gone all the way to having these pillars, so I think we can just use the pillars for here. So we have this foliage. What else is in this room? Try to edit this out. Yeah, okay. That's what I don't want here. So right now I'm in the Krita image file, just erasing the kind of parts that I don't really want. Don't really want this one. And this is looking a bit funky. I have to redraw this, but no big deal. What has been my favorite thing to draw for this project? Good question. That's a really good question. But yeah, sure. Alright. Alright, music is down. How's this? Better? Okay, so in recent memory, I really enjoyed working on this scene right here, the hallway. I just really liked the way it turned out. I liked the angular walls. I liked the, you know, foreground, the tree branch. It was funny because this hallway came out like it just flowed really, really well. You know, like when I was done, like I did it very quickly. But then for this room, it just took so long for it to look good. So it's just funny the difference between these two. Quickly patch this up. Can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm basically just filling this back in. Just feels like it's quicker than just re-exporting the image. Oh, and also recently I've been really, since we're listening to cave story music, I've been really into cave story videos lately. So I'm almost probably gonna start like a playthrough soon. Oh, thank you, Frog. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I said this already before, but it just took so long for it to look good. It was really, really tiresome. Like, I remember after some time, I'd even like feel a little bit dizzy after working on it, because it just took so much brain power. Guys, guess what? I think other than the light, that's the room. Again, no collision, but I think you get the idea, right? Yeah, everything is flowing pretty good. It looks a little awkward, but I can probably fix it with the proper white sorting. Thank you, Day. So this is the room where you get the compass. So I'm thinking of having either a chest or like it just laying here, and you know the light is kind of highlighting where it is. Oh, you know what? So before I put in the lights in this room, let me show you. I worked on this, but I haven't really had the chance to put it anywhere yet. Where'd it go? Here it is. There's a floor lamp. Put it here in the middle. So it's got the flame animation, already has collision, and I even animated the light to flicker, and I thought it looked pretty good. But so far I just haven't had the opportunity to put it anywhere. But I just thought I'd show you guys. I could also always repurpose the flame animation and make it like a torch where you hang it on the wall. I think that would work really well too. And the light is nice and warm too, so more reddish. But this is... I'm not thinking of having a lamp here, so let's get rid of it. What I do have is this. Well, first things first, let's add a point light 2D node. Make it image texture. Probably looks too big. Yes, it does. Oh wait, the resize is probably better then. That's better. Ah, okay, it's a little too big. That's good though. It should be 0.9, right? Yeah, 0.9. Does that do the trick? Yeah, it does. It does, okay. Close-ish. Oh, it's pretty close. That's good. I have to increase it by so little though. Skyward Sword is such a good game, and I just think it's really underrated. Ah, here we go. Okay, this is the right size. Now, I think it looks quite good, but having it work is gonna be a bit tricky, I feel like. Well, the layering is off. Oh, but it does kind of flow really well, doesn't it? I'm also not sure about the way the light interacts with bodies, because I'm not sure, how the, because here you have cast shadows for the pillars, but it doesn't matter too much if it's not casting shadow for the entities, I have not played the Persona games, no. Goose, is it Link's Awakening the original or the remake? The board is also looking a little too loose, so I might tighten up, but I don't know. I'm gonna try my best to make this work. What do you guys think of the lighting? Probably gonna be streaming for more like half an hour. Oh, thank you guys. Make it a little more yellow. Super yellow. Yeah, that's piss yellow. Thank you, Alexander. Appreciate it. Like, it's just weird how the light is, on top of everything. Since the last video, how much more things were added? Well, since the last video, I've been working more on level design, which is what I'm doing right now. So, well, since the last video, I've added this hallway, which is kind of like bridging here. This section to that bigger section you just saw. To this bigger section right here. Where you fight all these stalfos. So, okay, so let me go over a few of my thoughts and ideas for the level design. So, and while I do that, let me go back to the beginning. Right, so I purposefully started the level with the same sized rooms, like in the Zelda in the first one. It's like, you know, you start off very familiar, like, you know, this is what you expect, you know, out of like a Zelda 1 remake. And then, you know, as you venture deeper into the dungeon, you know, so this is the first scene transition, like, you know, already you have a change from the original, right? But I still designed these rooms, you know, inspired by the way the original looked like. So right, so in the original part, this is a pretty small image. Oh, you know what? I have a better image. There you go. Yeah. So the reason why that one is a hallway is because, you know, in the original, you see it's basically what that is, right? It's so I interpret this as like the big pillar, and then you unlock the door, you go up, you fight some stalfos, and then this room is interesting to me because, you know, it's a bunch of different skeletons that you have to fight. So this is like, you know, a more combat oriented room. That's why I made it so much bigger, kind of like, you know, and also it's right in the middle. Yeah, it's dead in the middle, isn't it? So it's pretty in the middle, so that's why I made it look, you know, bigger too. And then this room has a bunch of bats and the compass, and that one was, I started being a bit more creative and, you know, just changed like a small kind of alcove hallway type to make things a bit more interesting. And it also connects to the Goria room, which in my interpretation, I made it be more like a jail. Like that's like the dungeon's jail, you know, like cells right here, inspired by the jail in the Hyrule Castle in A Link to the Past. So, you know, here you can see you go down the stairs, and it's also downstairs. So did you reuse some draw, or did you have to draw everything from scratch? Well, so far, I've drawn most things from scratch, but you know, like I saved the image file. These like image files that I save, but I do reuse a lot of, like, you know, the drawn wall and floor tiles. Sometimes, if I want the floors to not look too samey, I just kind of trace them because that already gives some more uniqueness to them. And the way I have these saved, I do try to save them more individually. So if I do want to reuse the assets, for example, some assets like this pillar are the exact same pillars from this room. Right, well, you know, I also added the vines on top of them. Like, the vines were unique, the pillars were the same. Thank you, Shill. I appreciate it. Is Y sorting enabled here? Yeah, it is. Oh, wait. So we have all the graphics. I'm quickly just going to take a look over at the light properties to see how can I just render a little better so it's not just overlaid on top of everything. And if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. Because right now my problem is that you know, it's just like an overlay where everything is just on top of everything. But for example, if realistically, you know, the light shouldn't really be hitting Link like that. Like Link should be in front of it, and then when he steps in, that's when you see it, right? This looks a little weird. Like this makes sense. Yeah, it is strange. So far, I've tried this before with a different room, but I couldn't quite get it to work. So I wanted to just try it again and see if I could make it work. Because I definitely would like to have more, you know, interesting lighting for the rooms. Just not sure how to do it. Oh, just shoot. What's your recommendation, Alpha? I don't know what this does. Shadow. I don't think it really does anything in this case. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me right now. Maybe something to do with light masks? Doesn't make sense. Is Link set to the right order? Yeah, he's 1. That's a really good idea, Viz. That's what I was thinking too. So, you know, because right now we're in the upper, I guess you could say this as 2 floors, like one above and the one below. So the ones above, yeah, they're gonna have like more cracks on the walls with light, and then the ones below, that's when I can probably start using the torches that I have. And I like your idea too, the glowing mushrooms and crystals, etc. That sounds really cool. Well, I think that this is as much as I'm gonna get done for today. I'm streaming for almost 3 hours. Really? No, 2 hours. Okay. Cool, welcome back. Let me go look and see the documentation on Godot's like point light 2D to see if I can play a little more with the just with the ordering to see if I can make that work. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it. Do some scripting, huh? Maybe. Hello, Sergeant Carrot Studios. How are you doing? Oh, here you go. All right, so it seems that this person has asked the same question. The lights have light masks, that's the layer they illuminate. If everything is in one light mask, the light moves. So I do have to play with the light masks, but it seems that it's binary, so either it's illuminating or not illuminating. Yes, I am using Linux, that's right. So they says you could have a layer that only impacts Link and moves separately from the rest of the light. And invisible, he's not on screen. Oh, okay, I see your point. I see your point. Okay, yeah. That could work. I almost wonder if basically I have it be a point light 2D, right? But then I have an extra layer, like you said, on top, but it's not a point light 2D. It just has like some opacity on it, and it can still have it, you know, it's just a canvas item layer with white sorting. And then I think that could work. But I think it's probably something I have to experiment in my own time. Oh, Madcast, so I'm using Fedora Linux. Guys, don't forget to drink water. And thank you, Mr. Lopez. And no worries, like, your English is pretty good. Yeah, probably a pain, but I think at some point I'm gonna figure it out. It's all good. All right, chat. I think I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short here today. I think I'm pretty happy with the way it looks in game. Although I think in my own time I might have to tinker a little bit with some file names and scale, because it's a bit suboptimal for me. Like, I just want a little bit more of organization. And I'm also gonna think about, like, either I can do what they said. Sounds like I said they said, but no, they in chat. I can try what they said and have a separate layer on top with white sorting enabled, and that would just affect Link and the enemies. That's an option. Or, well, I can also keep it as is, but I don't think it's quite an option because it just doesn't look so good. Or I can also just go back and simplify the lighting. Like, you know, this makes a bit more sense, right? Because, you know, there's no hard boundaries for the light, so it doesn't really matter so much whether Link is drawn. See, like, you know, it looks natural like this, but if it's hard, it looks weird. So it might just be a matter of having, like, you know, only soft lights which does limit what I can do with the lights a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Like, I think they vibe really well with the art style. Just basically have it look more like this, which doesn't look bad at all, right? Oh, and also this room too. Yeah, like this. Like, this works really well. Yeah, the particles are fine, right? Yeah, honestly, if I have to just change back to softer lights, that's not the end of the world. Oh, I appreciate it, Madcast. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the vibe that I want to have for, you know, this dungeon, it's very much the way kind of like Tunic is, you know, especially like when you travel through the forest, the way the music and such, the music and the environment just mesh, so it has like a very mysterious kind of moody vibe, and that's kind of the vibe that I want for this dungeon. The issue with the big room is that the light appears to be coming from the side of the room as opposed to above. That's why it looks really good in the room, not as good on the characters. Yeah, exactly. So I didn't really paint this light with the intent of like, you know, this is the light that I want. I really just wanted to experiment with it. But I'm not quite sure about viability. I'll try to do some more tests to see if it can look good. But if not, then just revert back to softer lights only, which is not a bad thing at all. That's the whole thing with this project, you know, it's just understanding what is it that I can and cannot do with a game engine, right? When did I start? Do you mean the project or like this stream? Learning Godot. I actually started learning Godot specifically for the purpose of like, you know, making this project. I probably started like around September or August of last year. I didn't start making, you know, the Zelda game. I started like, you know, following a bunch of tutorials, reading some guides, and a sprite, you know, like a sprite-based like top-down game to understand, you know, character controls and such. And then Zelda, I forgot exactly when I started the Zelda project specifically, like, but not too long after learning. Probably like I learned for about a month, and then I started Zelda. I uploaded the first devlog in November, and I think that was like a solid 1 month of work. Shale, have a good night. Yeah, it's pretty late. You should go to bed. Yeah, I agree, Day. I mean, that's that's something that I have in regards with, it's a thought that I have in regards with drawing, right? But I've seen a lot of beginners kind of fall in this, I think trap is a bit too strong to say, but it's something I see beginners like do a lot with drawing, where all they'll do is practice, practice, practice. They'll draw boxes in perspective, they'll draw figures, you know, never make a character, just like, you know, mannequins in perspective and such. And that's all they draw, and they never really quite have a project to, you know, kind of guide their learning. You know, like, why are you learning all this? Like, what exactly do you want to do with this skill set, right? So I think for me, that's kind of why I just went, you know, straight in just making this Zelda project, because, you know, that's ultimately what I want to do. And let's take this and, like, you know, learn from it, instead of just like being forever stuck in, you know, tutorial hell and making test project after test project and then just never really going forward with it. I mean, obviously, I think if I did some more tests, I could get things done a bit quicker, but I mean, that's okay. Like, this is a test in of itself, right? By the way, guys, so I want to show you something. Right now, I think I'm kind of done with making the game for tonight. Gotta be leaving soon. I just want to show this that I saw, and that kind of, like, you know, motivated me thinking about 3D. Let's see, just gotta find the video. Where is it? Where is it? Yes, not okay. Yeah, here you go. Found it. All right, so check this out. Like, I think this looks so good. And I don't know, maybe in the future, you know, not for Zelda, because I'm kind of committed to doing it like in 2D, but for the future, if I, like, you know, actually do want to learn 3D, I think, you know, this is a really cool goal to achieve. Yeah, shader go brrr. Yeah, and it's in Godot too, so. And I think it looks sick. Everybody here knows Sable, right? Just looks so, so beautiful. That's the thing. I think games have so much potential. It's not that... Well, games have a lot of potential, like, you know, if you give them, like, an interesting art direction. So I think it's just really refreshing to see games that kind of look more like, you know, stylized, as opposed to just always aiming for realism. Air memories of old, I have not. Let's take a look. Ninja Curl, what's up? Oh, this looks interesting. wow. Oh, it reminds me a little bit of a Skyward Sword. Actually, not a little bit. It quite reminds me of Skyward Sword. So Ninja Curl, since you just tuned in, I think I'm pretty much done with developing. Now I'm just kind of looking at some videos. But I'm also going to be heading out soon. But this looks beautiful. I'm definitely going to check this out. Save this. I'll save it later. Just like it for now. So nice. Let's let it play. But yeah, so this is what we got done today. I've imported these image assets into Godot and sorted them out to make a level. And yeah, no collision, no nothing so far. These are just graphics. And then you go down here, and this is the room where you get the compass, kill some bats. And the compass is probably gonna be like around here, under the light. And we also talked a lot about lighting and how this is a good idea, but implementing it might be a little tough. So probably going to either do some more research or just change the lighting, you know, plan for this and just make it soft light. Because soft lights works really well, but hard lights not so much. But that's pretty much it. Guys, I hope everybody liked the stream. Not gonna lie, I mean, feeling a little bit tired today, but I think we managed to pull through. So that's about it. Hope everybody has a good night. And Dave, thank you so much. Appreciate it. This was pretty hard to get going, but I'm just excited to, like, you know, keep building up this area. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms to go. So we'll see. Hopefully they're gonna go a little bit smoother than what this did. All right, bye everybody.